In the aftermath of the 1948 war, the army of the Jordanian Legion managed to take seize of the area to the west of the Jordan River, known as the West Bank. Jordan and Israel were both established when the British Mandate over Palestine and Transjordan expired. For Jordan, capturing that area was considered as a unification of the areas of both sides of the Jordan River. They immediately annexed it, an annexation that was officially recognized by Britain. That area also included Jerusalem, which is Islamic holy sites. At the same time, Egypt took control over Gaza and annexed it, but unlike Egypt, Jordan was interested in incorporating all of the Palestinian refugees into their culture, society and population, giving them full citizenship and voting rights. The Palestinians did not like that, so in 1951 a Palestinian assassinated the king of Jordan Abdullah. His grandson Hussein inherited the throne in 1953. Palestinians in the West Bank established militias which frequently attacked territories of Israel, forcing Israel to respond, while the Jordanian army tried to restrain the Palestinian militias, but the Palestinians disregarded them, and at one point kidnapped soldiers of the Jordanian Legion, calling to overthrow the Kingdom of Jordan and instate a Palestinian state instead of it. When they tried to assassinate King Hussein himself, he initiated a military regime, and fought the Palestinian terror group. Syria invaded Jordan to help the Palestinians. Hussein asked Israel for help, which they agreed to give. In 1964 Palestinians established the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization. In 1967 a series of moves, amongst which was the blockade of sea access near South Israel by Egypt and news about a planned attack, led to the Six-Day War, where Israel has taken a hold over Gaza within days. It communicated to Jordan that it does not want another war front with them, but the Egyptian forces convinced Jordan to initiate an attack as well. When Israel responded, they managed to take over Jerusalem and the entire West Bank, and Jordan withdrew their forces to the East Bank. After the war, Palestinians on the East Bank in Jordan continued to enforce their militant forces and attack both Israeli and Jordan forces. Hussein has reached a signed agreement with the Palestinian militias to refrain them from going against the Jordanian army, but they quickly breached it. On September 1, 1970, the Palestinians tried to assassinate the king, again, in Amman, but failed. A week later they took over 4 passenger airplanes and took all of the passengers hostages. Hussein ordered a military campaign to wipe out all Palestinian militias, in a period of time from September 1970 to July 1971, known as Black September. The 35,000 trained army men of Jordan fought the 25,000 Palestinian men of the inexperienced militias and quickly beaten them. Many Palestinians preferred to give themselves as prisoners to the Israeli army, where they knew they would be treated better than if they were captured by the Jordan army. The estimation of the Palestinian casualties are between 2,500 and 20,000, while Jordan lost around 500 men. The surviving Palestinian terrorists retreated to Lebanon, reinstating their terror attacks from there, and leading to a civil war in the once peaceful, mostly Christian land. As an aftermath, Palestinians established the Black September organization, in efforts to avenge Jordan. In 1971 members of the organization managed to assassinate the Jordanian Prime Minister Wasfi Tell, in a flashy murder which involved the assassinator kneeling down on the floor and licking Tell's blood while he is dying. The Palestinians also declared that Jordan is part of a Palestinian state. In 1972, members of the organization performed the Munich Massacre. During the Munich Summer Olympics, 11 sportsmen from the Israeli delegation to the Olympics were murdered by the terror organization. Meanwhile, Jordan and Israel strengthened their relationship in a process that led Jordan to denounce any claims for the West Bank and Jerusalem in 1988, while the PLO declaring the State of Palestine, without specifying its supposed borders. A peace agreement between Jordan and Israel was signed in 1994,